What's up, everybody? It's AJ with etrailer.com. Today we're going to be checking out these ratchet straps from ShockStraps. So these aren't just your basic ratchet straps. They still have that functioning of ratcheting here, but what they have built into them is a shock absorber. So this is going to be good for anything that you want to strap down that has suspension, or any loads that can actually shift on you, because anytime you hit a bump, it's going to bounce up here, and sometimes that's going to affect your straps. It'll slowly come loose as you hit those bumps and it shifts around, or even if it's a load that moves, the more movement it's going to make it loosen up. Well, this is going to absorb that shock and keep them nice and tight when you're going down the road. Let's check it out. Take a closer look at the urethane. What's going to happen here is when you go to tighten it down, it's usually about this big, and when you go to tighten it down up to 1/2 inch or 2 inches, it's going to stretch it out. And what that does is when you hit that bump with that load on there, it comes down, it goes back to its original, and then comes back out here. Or if it's overstretched and you hit that bump, it's just going to stretch a little bit and then come back down. All the shock will be absorbed here, and your strap's going to stay tight there. Now, one of the first things I'd be concerned about is this braking. Now, these are pretty thick. They're not rubber bands. You see I'm pulling on it and moving it. You don't visibly see it stretch like that by my hand, so it's pretty tough. It's going to hold up. But if it was something to go wrong, if you had it way too tight and pulled these too far over the 2-inch limit like they say, you still have this strap here as a backup that's going to keep everything connected. Looking at how it attaches, today we're using the one that has a flat hook, so this is going to go up and under the stake pocket. One thing we ran into is it is a little too thick to go into the stake pocket. Normally we'd run it through here in the center, or through the bottom up here, and attach it here at the top. We couldn't do that with this one, but it's still on there nice and tight. You can see you can shake it back and forth. It's not going anywhere or moving. As long as it's ratcheted, it's going to stay there. There are a couple of different ones with different attachment points. You can also get one that has the snap hook on there or the double J hook if those are the ones you prefer. Talking about the strap itself, you're going to have 27 feet of strap to work with. As you can see, we didn't use all of it today. We have our extra tied up right here, but it's there if we needed it. You're going to also have 2 inches of width here, so from here to here it's going to be 2 inches thick, so that's going to be nice for when you're going to tie that stuff down. You don't have to worry about like a really skinny strap having issues, maybe not be able to handle the load. The straps do have a safe working load limit of 3,333 pounds, and then it's going to have a brake strength of 10,000 pounds. So just keep that in mind, and that's going to be 3,033 per strap. So if you put those together, you can combine that and get the higher number when you're strapping down loads. We always recommend using 2 straps anyway, just to be safe. If we look at how it's constructed, we're going to start with the strap. You can see it's polyester webbing right there. So there's plenty of stitching in there and reinforced. It's just not just one strap. You got that webbing in there that's going to help you out and be strong when it's tensioned this much, when it's this tight, holding that load down. You don't have to worry about it ripping or tearing. Then coming down here to the ratchet mechanism, it's really easy to use, plenty of room to get your hand in there. I like that part because sometimes they get kind of small where you can only get like a finger to release the mechanism to either back off the tension like here, just like that, and then get that ratchet on there to get those turns. It's nice. There's plenty of room on the handle for my hand too, so you can see I can easily ratchet it back down. It took no time to get it just nice and tight again. The finish itself is going to be a yellow zinc chromate, so that's going to protect it from the elements when you leave it outside. So if it is to rain, you don't have to worry about rust or corrosion or anything on that. You want this operating just as smoothly as the first day you got it. With all the construction in mind, they are as heavy duty as they seem. I like that. Just holding them, I know that all that parts are going to hold up from the ratchet mechanism to the strap. Now, it also is made in the USA, so that's kind of rare these days, so I have even more faith in it knowing that they're going to last going down the road. Now, quantity, you can get it in a pack of 2, or you can get 1 by itself. So maybe you just need 2 for right now. Maybe you have another load, like take longer loads, you need to get that extra one down the road, you can still do that. First up, we get it installed. We're going to go ahead and hook up one of the flat hooks to the bottom of our stake pocket here, just so it stays in place as we run the strap over to the other side. So it'll hold there much better once we start ratcheting down, but for now we got this setup going. Now this hook is a little too big for the stake pocket. You see the spread of the hook is just a little too thick there, so it won't quite go down there. We would usually want to run it down through the bottom and come up and hook it on the top, but we can't do that with this one. So that's just something to look out for on your trailer and your stake pockets. So today we're just going to go like that, and once it's ratchet, it'll be nice and tight. While doing that, I got this set up, got this opened up, that way you can pull on just a little bit to get this hook over there on the other side. So we get some more strap through there. I'm kind of just using my knee to push up on this too so it doesn't come undone. Looks like that should probably be enough to get to the other side, so just throw it over there. And now we'll go hook it up on that side. Now on this side, just gonna hook it up to the bottom there and then just go back over there and start ratcheting. That way it pulls it nice and tight here. Now on this side, I did pull some of the slack out of the strap just so it pulled up against the pocket on the opposite side. But now we'll put it in the ratchet mode and I'll start ratcheting down. And one thing you're gonna see is the urethane's gonna start to pull apart, and it's okay. You wanna aim for a 1/2 inch up to 2 inches of it getting pulled apart. As long as you can fit your hand between the urethane and the strap here, it's not too tight. And if you can't fit your hand, you went too far. So we're just gonna start ratcheting it down. Good right there. I can still fit my hand in there, so I know it's not too tight. Now we're done ratcheting it down, we can take all of our extra strap and wrap it up. I tied a knot on itself just to keep it all nice and tight. You don't want it flopping around while you're driving down the road. Overall, I really did like these straps. They're heavy duty. I have complete faith that they're gonna last. The ratchet mechanism was nice and easy to use. It got this all strapped down in no time. And plus, like I said before, they're made in the US. So that's awesome. I really like that part too. That does it. Thanks for hanging out, and I hope this helped.